Hello and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn some great expressions, so let's get started. First we have this expression, I'm just spitballing. Or you can say, I'm spitballing here. So we either need to use the just in the middle or here at the end. We have to have one of those words. People say this with either one of those words. Let's hear some examples.
I'm spitballing here, but I'd love to be able to have the Boy Scouts again.
I just keep coming back to this place, and I'm spitballing here, but maybe we release the captain.
I was just spitballing, and I thought Serafina, Maddox.
Or both. I'm just spitballing here. This is the most common way to say it, using both just and here. And what does it mean? It means I'm thinking of ideas as I give them. As soon as the idea comes into my brain, I'm going to say it. So don't think this is a great plan that I planned out for a long time. It's just something that came off the top of my head. I'm thinking of ideas and saying them as soon as I think of them. I'm just spitballing here. So like I said, you can say, I'm just spitballing without here, or you can say, I'm spitballing here. And you can eliminate just and have here. But again, the most common way to say it is to include both. I'm just spitballing here. I'm just spitballing here, but what do you think of this idea? That's how people use it. Let's hear some examples.
I'm just spitballing here, Jeff.
Maybe, and I'm just spitballing here. Maybe we have a responsibility as officers to train Santiago.
I'm just spitballing here, but didn't you say Jenny's dad is rich?
And I'm just spitballing here, but maybe you are not as good as you think you are.
Okay, I'm just spitballing here, but...
And I'm just spitballing here, but why don't we pay it off in Canadian dollars and save ourselves some money?
And one more thing. If you include just, you can also eliminate I'm. But you have to include just. So you have to include just if you want to eliminate I'm. So eliminate I'm, you say, just spitballing here. See, there's no I'm. You say, just spitballing, or just spitballing here. I cannot say spitballing here. No, if I eliminate I'm, I have to say just, and start with just. Just spitballing here, but what do you think of this idea? Let's hear some examples.
Just spitballing here.
Just spitballing here, but maybe we could make a life potion?
So if you want to give somebody your idea, an idea that you just thought of that moment, you can use this expression and say, just spitballing here, but what do you think of this idea? And remember, you can say, I'm just spitballing, or I'm spitballing here, or the most common, I'm just spitballing here. Or eliminate I'm and just say, just spitballing here. This is also very common. Thank you for watching and keep watching for more. Today we're learning these expressions. At point blank range, or just point blank. What's the difference? And what do they mean? Let's take a closer look. I can say at point blank range when I'm talking about this. Shooting somebody. He shot him at point blank range. That means he shot him at close range. Close by, not far from the gun. Use the expression at point blank range. Let's practice in the past. He shot him at point blank range. I can also use passive voice and say he was shot, the victim. He was shot at point blank range. So I can use active voice, the shooter, he. He shot him, the victim, at point blank range. He shot him at point blank range. Or I can use passive voice. He, the victim, he was shot at point blank range. Let's hear some examples of the expression at point blank range.
He shot her at point blank range. That's not...
Described as a credit to her force, she was shot at point blank range and died instantly.
Police are investigating the murder of a Clay County deputy sheriff. While on a routine traffic stop, Deputy Danny Hernandez was shot at point blank range by a gunman.
Let's practice. Did he shoot him at point blank range? That's right, he shot him at point blank range. You hear the pronunciation, he shot him, he shot him. The T in shot is between vowels, so it changes to a fast D. He shot him. I know what you're thinking. What about the H in him? That's not a vowel. But because the word him is not a stressed word, the H becomes silent. So the T is phonetically between vowels. So we hear shot him, shot him. He shot him at point blank range. At point blank range. The T in at is a stop T at point blank range. The T in point is between consonants, so you don't really hear it. It's a stop T, but you don't really hear it. At point blank range. He shot him at point blank range. Let's practice with passive voice. Was he shot at point blank range? That's right. He was shot at point blank range. Now we can make it shorter. We can just say point blank. He shot him point blank. Or he was shot point blank. Let's hear some examples of point blank used in this way.
Point blank, so she knew it was coming.
He shot him point blank.
You gotta hit it point blank, and you gotta hit it from behind.
Well, we're all fathers. You, me, the police officer your brother shot point blank.
Let's practice. Did he shoot him point blank? That's right. He shot him point blank. Let's practice with passive voice. Was he shot point blank? That's right. He was shot point blank. Now let's talk about a different meaning for the expression point blank. Not at point blank range, just point blank. Example, they asked him a question. They asked him point blank, did you commit the crime? In this case, point blank means directly. They asked him directly. They asked him getting to the point quickly. Not taking a long time to get to the point, to get to the question. They asked the question directly, with no pausing or waiting. They got to the point quickly. They asked him point blank, did you commit the crime? Or I can use reported speech. They asked him point blank if he committed the crime. Let's hear some examples of people using point blank in this way.
I asked him point blank. I said, have you sent this to any other directors in Hollywood?
Ask him point blank.
But look, when we get back, the next time we talk to him, I'll ask him point blank. Who else have you brought this story to?
So example, they asked him point blank, did you commit the crime? Or I can use reported speech and say, they asked him point blank if he committed the crime. Pronunciation, if he committed the crime. He is not a stressed word, so sometimes you don't hear the H. You hear iffy, iffy. If he committed the crime. Committed the crime. The T in commit is between vowels, so it's a fast D. Committed, committed. The D at the end of committed is before a consonant, so it's a stop D. Stop the air. Committed the crime. Linked to the next word, the. Committed the crime. They asked him point blank if he committed the crime. Let's practice. What did they ask him? That's right. They asked him point blank, did you commit the crime? Or I can use reported speech and say, they asked him point blank if he committed the crime. They went directly to the question. No waiting. That's point blank. So we see when we talk about shooting somebody, you will hear at point blank range or just point blank. And if you talk about asking someone a question directly, you'll hear point blank only. Examples, he shot him at point blank range. Or passive voice, he was shot at point blank range. Or I can just say point blank. He shot him point blank. And also with questions, they asked him point blank, did you commit the crime? Directly. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.